Hello again. We are at the very end of Chapter 7, about to start Chapter 8. We beat Ren's dang boss fight, and then the Aureole came back. It is now back in our dimension, so that's not a good thing. Kabua. I recognize the song. It's literally called We Are the Kapuas. Goddess. What is that thing? It's huge. Ridiculously huge. That thing must be more than 5,000 arcs across. It's like a giant floating island. No, look closely. The base is artificial. It's more a floating city than an island. A city? Well, we can't just sit here. Alright guys, listen up. We're getting onto that flying city island. What? Seriously? Of course I'm serious. I've never been more serious. If those society fools have brought that thing back, then think. It must be full of incredible treasure, enough to pay our debts 10 times over. That's where your mind went, Don? You've got to be kidding me. We can't just go waltzing onto something that huge. Josette, back me up here. Honestly, at this point, I bet there are things on that city I want too. Like, beyond treasure. Oh, Adios, save me. Kyle does have a point though. Things have been weird all day, so we should probably be careful. I mean, for starters, the radio's been silent for ages. That is true. Guild and army transmissions are one thing, but even the civilian channels are dead, which is... Huh? A wave of light? Yep, that's not good. What happened? Report. Boss, big problem. Orbital shutdown phenomenon! The generators and flight engines have cut out. All of them! What? Wait, that means... We're really in trouble now. The flight field from the engines is dissipating. The Bobcat's not answering her helm at all, either. You're kidding! You mean we can't do anything? There's only one thing we can do at this point. What? Pray to Adios that it's not our time to be called to heaven. Yep. That's what I was worried about. Oh yeah, won't be able to operate the bridge or anything. It's not the professor this time, I swear. At least I landed in the lake. So that's what the light show at the towers was about. But you kids pulled off a genuine miracle this time. Let me give you your reward first. Adios knows you've earned it. Ooh, Grail locket, I don't know what that is. Still, what madness we'd fallen into. I never thought being deprived of orbits would throw us into this much chaos. No kidding. Sort of makes you realize just how dependent we've become on orbital power. It's true. Communication, transportation, defense, production. Every single major function of society is effectively paralyzed at this point. For most people, I think the real worry will be the lights in the kitchen. From the sounds of it, the city is really in a tizzy last night. That's being kind about it. People were mobbing the guild house, the Orbital workshop, the mayor's mansion, all demanding answers. It was awful. Everyone wanted to know what had happened, and I had no answers to give. Frenzied fools practically kept me up all night. I see. Sorry, Lugrin. With the floating city on top of all this crap's getting dire. Feels like we're one step away from a friggin' panic. Well, the people of Liberl love peace, so I do not personally expect a riot immediately. Should this situation continue for too long, however, people may begin to lose hope. Yes, we must do something about this, and quickly. So then, everyone, what's this plan you said Russell has to bring back the dead, turn water to ambrosia, and save us all? Bring back the dead? Well... Professor Russell's come up with a new invention that isn't too far off. This, everyone, is my latest invention, the Zero Field Generator. Zero Field... what now? Put simply, you are aware of the special warp field the Gospels produce, yes? This is a circuit which produces a field to nullify that warp via a resonance that does not qualify as simple under any definition. If I understand correctly then, Professor, this can actually reverse the orbital shutdown phenomenon? Whoa, what? Is that true, Professor? Prevent it, more specifically, but just so. Ultimately, the shutdown phenomenon is just orbital energy being absorbed by the Gospels. Where the energy went was a mystery, but having come this far, I think we finally have an answer. To the floating city, to the Aureole. It is the only answer which makes sense. The Aureole uses the little holes between dimensions generated by devices which we call Gospels to cause the phenomenon. Gospels are, all things considered, small holes, so the area affected was thankfully minor. With the Aureole made manifest once again, however, that area has grown immensely, enough to engulf the entirety of Liberl and even beyond our borders, I'd imagine. All of Liberl. So that's what's causing all this. Yes, I find it likely that every orbment in the country, without exception, has stopped working. However, the zero field generator can stop the interference of the Aureole, which is to say, put it next to an orbment and that orbment will work just fine. Wow, Professor, that's amazing. So we fire that thing up and everything's cool then? Not quite, I'm afraid. The area this prototype can protect is limited. It can shield, at most, an orbment you could carry in two hands. That's small? Aw. Well hell, that kinda limits what we can do, doesn't it? The other problem is, I only have so many of them. Even as a favor for Cassius, I could only put 16 of them together. 16? That's actually a lot, if anything. Wait, Dad asked you for these? Yes, he requested that I work on these a while back, actually. I scarcely even imagined a crisis on this scale at the time, but it seems he did. I see. Just as I'd expect from Cassius, always seeing further than any other man. That being the case, though, pretty clear how we should use these things, I think. Ah, you're a sharp one, Father. I don't quite follow. So in a crisis like this, the thing you need more than anything else is fast, accurate communication. Whether it's about the society throwing bears at people, or where goods need to be taken, if you can't communicate, you're up a creek. Meaning, they should be used to restore communication devices all over Liberl. Is that about the size of it? Bingo! That is a good idea. For the military, not being able to use our guns or airships is dire. Not having communications between headquarters and our forces is even more serious, however. We should restore communications between Grancel, the Haken Gate, and Leiston Fortress ASAP. The guild's in the same boat, in a way. If the bracers can't get in touch, it'll be hard to mount any response to anything that might happen. Sounds as if we're all in agreement, then. Well then, Captain Schwarz, I'll provide 10 zero-field generators to the Royal Army. That should give you enough to cover the Arcee, the capital, the Gate, Leiston, and all regional posts. You have my thanks, Professor. I'll order my men to distribute them immediately. And the remaining 6 go to the Bracer Guild. That should be enough to restore the phone in each guild branch. We'll get right on it, and we'll see them safely there. What? You could get the phone working? That would be a great help. Please, set up that zero... whatever it was right away. No problem. Tita, would you do the honors? Sure, give me just a second. done. It's all set to go. That was kind of faster than I thought it'd be. All you really need to do is put it in the right spot inside the phone. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Oh, you did it! Nice. Looks like it really does let Aureole devices work. So, next I need to test to see if the phone will actually connect. I'll try calling Grandpa. He's on the RSA, which should have a working phone. Hello? Ah, Grandpa. Yeah, it's me. I'm at the Guildhouse in Bose right now. Yeah, it's okay. It works great. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I will. You do your best too, Grandpa. I think it's connecting okay. No kidding. Professor Russell saved us again, it seems. I'll have to drown Russell in beer and steak next I see him. Speaking of thanks, Russell seems to be aboard the RSA still, but where did the princess and that churchman get off to? Oh, they're both headed to Grand Sala at dawn with Captain Schwartz. Chloe said she wanted to talk to the Queen, and Kevin said something about the Archbishop, I think. I see. I imagine the royal family and the church have their own crises to deal with right now. The good news is, they agreed to deliver a zero field generator to the Capital Guildhouse for us. I would expect to get a call from Elnan at some point. Excellent. Coordinating with him will help. You lot are off to the remaining guildhouses, I take it? Yep, that's the plan. What I'd really like to deal with is that floating city, but wouldn't we all? It seems like our society friends are already there, too. We can't lay a damn finger on them with our airships grounded. Real heroic spot to be in, huh? There's little point in flogging ourselves over it. Right now we must focus on what can be done. Yes, let's get to it. Well, I don't have Chloe or Kevin. Or Olivier. So the three people I actually want in my party, I do not have.
Leave it to me.
Tita is my backup healer, so I want her if I can't decide between Shira and Agate. Okay. Obviously, airship travel is right out for this, so we'll be walking. Where should we go first? Roland or Ruan? Neither choice is better than the other, really. All of the guildhouses need working phones, so all we can do is pick a direction and go. Good point. I think Joshua has a point. I suspect there'll be people who need our help no matter where we go, so we should just get to it. I hope we can help all the people in trouble. Yeah, okay then. During the shutdown phenomenon, only characters equipped with a zero field generator can use Orbital Arts. Equip a generator in the accessory slot to use it. Furthermore, as Tita uses an orbital cannon, she cannot act in any way other than movement or her gunpowder-powered cannon impulse S-craft without a generator. So, Tita needs one. This is a really interesting way to do it, I guess. I'm just gonna be without my arts for a decent chunk of the game unless I give it to everybody. Which for now I will, because I have enough of them, but... this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Dangerous monster on the Crone Trail. And one on the new Ansel path. And first I'll go around and talk to everybody, I guess. Mayor Mabel has been running herself ragged trying to address every little thing with the town. Yet she still somehow manages to keep popping her head back here between meetings to make sure things are running smoothly. Tell her time and time again not to worry about the restaurant, but she won't hear a word of it, of course. She's so much like her father in that respect, always pushing herself too hard for her own good. Yeah, sounds terrifying. This is the most empty I've seen the restaurant, too. Orbital always makes the best of a bad situation, I guess. I was covered head to toe in dust by the time I got out. If that is the worst of your problems, then I think you're doing pretty well. This music is really depressing, too. Huh? What's going on? Why are all these people looking up at... I see. So that's it. The floating city? It's so huge. It's overwhelming, seeing it from down here. I can rather empathize with the panic of the citizens. Our abilities as bracers are about to be tested as never before. What we can actually do might be limited, but let's do everything we can. Oh, yeah, that's true. They just got attacked by a dragon. Unfortunately, yes, the dragon was just the start. Things are about to get a lot worse before they get better. I was trying to talk to him, not look in the linen room. Can't clean without a vacuum cleaner. Good point. Huh. Nice try, buddy. Awesome off. We had to find him when we were looking for the cat. Maybe I should go lecture him while I do my shopping. Where is her fiance? Yeah, not having transportation stuff is a huge problem. Good way to send the entire country into panic. Land of chaos is an understatement. Oh, that's a good point too. Can't defend yourselves. Oh, she says Gambler Jack. Dang. You can double check all the stores. I think most of it's gonna be stuff that I've already seen 1,000 times, but. So the shops didn't change. Which I guess thematically makes sense, but I wasn't sure if she would have the next liberal news. She should have. I'm kind of surprised she didn't. Oh, brace her friends! At the moment, we and Bose are facing a terrible danger. Please give any aid you can to Mayor Mabel and our city. That's the plan, sir. Nope, not once has there ever been a person in that bedroom. Someday, I'm gonna walk into that room, there will actually be a person there. Lila! Hello again, Estelle. And, oh, hello, Joshua. Hi, Mayor Mabel. It's been a while. It has indeed. You two look busy again. No kidding. I heard it's been really hard on you too, though. Lugren was telling us about it. I was a little worried when I heard some citizens broke in. Yes, I had to spend the better part of the evening talking them down, and even then I only barely got them to return home. I didn't really do anything to actually assuage their fears, though. I couldn't. Even I'm half scared out of my wits. If this keeps up, I'm afraid there will be another uprising, a much more violent one. It could happen, yes. So long as the real problem remains unresolved, people will be on edge and looking for someone to blame. Right now, though, we just need to do what we can. Staring at the floor and fretting won't solve anything. Yes, exactly. No matter what may come, we will do our duty as bracers. I feel pretty much the same way about being a mayor. No matter how dark and hopeless the situation may seem, a mayor must remain with her city and protect it. Of course, I believe you will resolve things in the end, mind. Well, no pressure there. We'll take those as words of encouragement. Okay, so I think we're going to end this episode right here, and then next one we will go down to South Block, finish talking to the citizens there, and then I think, wrong button, head out of town and try to get all the fringe places as well. I'm gonna attempt to talk to everybody in the region before I move on, and we'll do the side quests as well, and any other hidden side quests we find along the way. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how it goes. I may get bored of talking to random citizens at the gates. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day.